So it really is hitting mainstream and hitting people like us.
You had some thoughts on that.
It makes me think, some of the conversations we were having on the side, and this is kind of a bonus that we didn't touch on, I don't think, this morning, is when we start to see more of that happening. Just the other day, I went through the drive-thru, went to give my order, and an automation came on. I wasn't talking to anybody in particular. It was just AI taking my order, reading it back to me, and telling me to go to the window. What is ahead of us when we start to look at the job replacements? What are we going to do in the mainstream, with work?
Yeah. Well, the term of the year is going to be agentic. This is the word that we're going to hear over and over toward the end of this year.
What? Tell me the word again.
Agentic.
Agentic.
Yep, and it stands for agents that are running autonomously.
Okay.
So agents are background processes running on your computer, and they've always existed. Things like programs and antivirus programs and software. But agentic is when they're running and making their own decisions, when to run and how to run. That's really the big term. Now, what every company is starting to realize now is they can replace large portions of their workforce by introducing agentic workflows.
Which means a major reconfiguration in the way society functions.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think what we're looking at here is potentially the first time that we've been able to consider an economy that can run without human beings working it to drive it forward. And we've never had the luxury, I think, of stepping back and realizing, like, what could an economy look like in that way? And today it's actually possible to do, but the only restriction is how much it costs to run some of these systems.
And that infers that we're going to be working with our jobs. I don't see good things happening or coming out of that if we're all now not having to work or work at least as hard. No, it gives me shivers to think a whole generation of 20-something-year-olds with nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we've seen how that can act in our society, and it's just not a good thing.